I wanted to jump on here. Let me wait for the YouTube gone live. I want to jump on here. This is Mark Maddox. This is Wall Street Sizing Up. Doing some content for some other guys now too. But again, not financial advice. You can and will lose money. But here's what we're seeing in the insider buys, aka the smart money. So as you see me on the screen right above me, you see in the highlight there as high peak energy. The president bought on October 20th. The ticker's HPK. He bought about 10 at the $10 mark, which makes me think this might be a it might be misfiled. But the key is he bought a 200% larger position for almost $500,000. Now again, nobody likes to lose money, right? So if you go to HPK, again, high peak energy. If you know us, you know that we are long energies and financial. That being crude, that being natural gas, and that being financial, meaning banks, especially like KRE, XLF. Right. Okay. So he bought on the 20th. Classic case of he had a very, very bad day the day before. I believe it was an earnings miss is what it was. Let me check that really quick. If that's they're going to offer a little bit of stock. So there's a dilution event. So goes down. He literally buys the next day. He buys the dip. Right. It falls literally buck and a half, whatever, $2. So buys the dip, and the next 3 days, it's just this is probably going to be a good swing trade. It's going to grind up. It's not going to do 30% up on Monday, but for Monday, it's a good swing trade. I could see it doing 3, 4, 5%. Again, not financial advice, but that's what I see it doing. The relative strength is actually decent. It's been very, very high, and then it kind of fell off the cliff with the dilution event, and now it's moving back up, so it's at 54. We love relative strength. We like price better. Another thing we might like here is, one, the price target is $15. Typically, that's for 12 months. We think it can go well past it. In fact, this year, the high has been 22. Can it get back there? Well, if you have $100 or $120 crude oil, absolutely. But here's the thing. It's got a small float. 4.46 million shares outstanding is all. Now, it doesn't have the high short interest, so it's not going to really, let's say, short squeeze, but it could pump, right? So we're calling this for Monday. We could see a 3, 4, 5% lift right here. So next one up is, and we only have two. So the second one is, I'm not going to be here for very long. The second one is, came in late and very late, and it's APFF. Now, I'm not particularly a fond of this stock. You'll see why. But October 20th, it was bought by a director who owns over 10% at $130. It is an expensive stock. Bought 72,000 shares, almost $300,000 larger position, right? Which is crazy, right? So, which is almost a $10 million buy. All right. So looking at this, not the greatest of stocks, sinking down. It's in software. You would think software would at least be going, and it has been going sideways. It's had multiple bottoms though. Never like to see that. Again, you want to, if I'm being honest with you, you want to cut literally where it says about 120. If it gets down to 118, it could be in free fall at that point. So, but some interesting points here. Again, he bought on the 20th as well. So he like it's been in a good uptrend since late September, and so has the relative strength. It is now 61 and continues to climb. Now it's going to start bumping off of this upper trend line at about 37. That's still $5 away, and then clearly at the bull bear pivot, it's going to bump off of it at 39, 140-ish, if you would. Again, not a thin line, right? You got to put a marker to it. So right around the 140-ish, it's going to bump off that. That is the 200-day SMA, right? So where you get long, if you really want to get long in the stock, it's probably 150. But for the short term, here's how we play it. We think that it went to 135 On Friday, it could easily go to 137-ish, 137.5. But here's the key, right? One, the insider buys a tell. Number two is, look at the float. Very small. We're talking about 2.7 million shares outstanding. That can easily be pumped. Combine that with the high short interest, right, of 34, almost 35%. So this thing could easily not just pump, this thing could squeeze. And you might see this thing. Now, I haven't going back and looking at the chart. Clearly it's done. It's had some pretty good days. It's gone $10 on a couple of days up. So it's going to have some lift. We think it's going to have some lift on Monday. Just to understand, this is probably one that continues to grind up. I could see it getting to 137 on Monday. That's a $5 lift. But again, at any time it could squeeze. Price target is around. It's already past that. But one thing we also noticed here is the institutional ownership of basically this software company is, check this out, almost 90%. 90%. Now you could say, well, a lot of that is short. You could, but that's still 90%, right? So that's a very, very high number. So we like APFF, and we also like HPK for Monday. And with that being said, this is Mark Maddox. We are signing off, and you have a great Sunday. Watch your six. Go hard in the paint. We'll see you next time. Thanks.